Hooray for Hollywood. A boy's best friend is his mother. Oh, hello there. I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is my review of Gretel and Hansel. It is the story, of course, a reworking of the fairy tale of Hansel and Gretel. It stars Sophia Lillis, Sammy Leakey, Charles Babalola, and Alice Krieg, and a few more. It is, again, the story of Hansel and Gretel. Hansel played by Sammy Leakey, and Gretel played by Sophia Lillis. It's a dark time in a faraway land where disease and poverty and hunger is commonplace. Gretel and Hansel's father has died, and their mother sends them away because there's nothing for them to eat, so they have to go out on their own and find employment and food. And as they wander through the forest, they stumble onto a house that emanates the smell of delicious food. And inside they find Hulda, who is played by Alice Krieg. Hulda invites them in, feeds them, requires nothing of them, although they offer to do chores, clean up, and things of that nature. But the house is weird. There's no animals in the back of the anywhere around, no farm animals, so where's all the pigs and beef and milk coming from? There are no fruit trees, and so Gretel wonders where all of this food is coming from. Hansel doesn't care because he's been hungry for so long. He's not going to ask any questions. And it turns out there is a darkness that surrounds this particular cabin in the woods and this particular woman. This is not your typical horror movie. It's more atmospheric. It's more about style. Pretty much for most of the film, it's got a gray tone to it, gray visually as well as emotionally. It's not really scary as much as it is what's going to happen next kind of scary. And there aren't any jump scares in it really, and the story unfolds slowly. So if you're going to this film, do not expect to be on the edge of your seat, because there's not that many scary things that happen. A few things early on as they're traveling through the forest to they're trying to find some place where they can work in that has food, and there are some events that occur that are a little tiny bit scary, but it is not like ghosts or goblins or zombies jumping out at you from every corner. I enjoyed the film, but I can see why people wouldn't like this movie. It is, as I said, there's no jump scares. It takes a long time for everything to unfold, and I have to say, the ending is a bit too convenient. But that's all I will say about Gretel and Hansel, at least as far as the story goes. It's atmospheric. It's somewhat tense. It's a little sad, actually, because these two children, one is in the story, one is 16 and one is 8, they are just sent out in the world to fend for themselves, and it's rather sad. So, take that as you will. Gretel and Hansel is going to be challenging for some folks. I liked it. I think the story could have been a bit more intense, but it isn't. But it is interesting to see what is transpiring as it goes along. Again, I liked it, but I think it could have been more. I am giving Gretel and Hansel 3 stars. Go to stayinthemovieman.com to see my complete review of Gretel and Hansel. Please check out the podcast I do with my wife. It's called Comedy, Tragedy, Marriage. It is a podcast about life, love, and entertainment. You can find that wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow me on Twitter at MovieManStan, and you can send emails to me, stanthemovieman123 at gmail.com. Till next time, later.